Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fourth video that I've made tonight, and somewhat pick back up where I left off in the last video. Let's get into this. I asked the question in marriage, why are so many men feeling the need to cheat? And because, again, the institution of marriage has been under attack for years. The institution of family has been under attack for years. I definitely feel like, in many cases, I feel like the devil has already hijacked sorry, the 10% of battery popped up on my screen, so I had to click the close button. I feel like the devil in 2018 has already, for years, he's hijacked the institution of marriage and the institution of what's it called, marriage and family, to where that's why you have so many broken families, fallen families that come from broken households and etc. I say fallen family, not broken families. That's just my lingo to it. But think about it, you know. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you make that I do, what does that mean to you? And I do think we need to start having a real conversation about that. When you say I do, what on God's green earth does that mean to you? What in God's name does that mean to you? Like, and you would ask me, I'm not joking. I'm willing to help put people to the test. What does this mean to you? Are you truly willing to live and die by these words of God, by these models? What do you live for? What do you believe in? What keeps you up at night, or what helps you sleep at night, etc.? Let's get into this. Let's truly start dissecting and knowing ourselves better than what we think we know them. Because I do think a lot of us lie to ourselves day in and day out that we're, perfectly healthy, mentally, physically, and spiritually, when in many cases we're living lies and we're living delusions. At least if you were to ask me. That's what I feel like I've noticed over the past few years. A lot of people are living lies, living delusions. And some of these same people who are living these lies and delusions claim to be Christian. Because like I said before, I saw research where it said that majority of the country is Christian. But like I said before, if a majority of the country is so Christian, why is the divorce rate up? Why are you got all these overdoses on drugs? Ladies and gentlemen, listen to what I just said. Read the Bible for yourself. These key select passages literally explains everything of what I'm saying here. Literally, I can't fully go into context where those key specific passages are, but you can go talk to your neighborhood pastor, and he should be able to decode what I'm saying here. If a majority of the country is Christian, but yet, the divorce rate is up so high, and overdosing on drugs is so high, and babies born out of wedlock is so high. What's going on here? But a majority of the country is Christian. What are some of Christianity's core principles, core values? Well, I can tell you. You're waiting until marriage to have sex. You're not believing in all these pharmaceutical drugs. Not to say that you can't take some for whatever pain it is, whatever you're feeling, but you're not taking them like it is seen a lot of people are taking them, which I guess you could say some people are just taking them just to be taking them, just to feel something or whatever they're doing. I put it on my Snapchat practically every day at NJ2TheCity. I put Jesus on my Snap practically every day. I've been putting Jesus on my Twitter, again, quite often. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the best high you can ever get is on Jesus Christ. The best high. That's why you don't need all these alternative, all these negative alternative garbage drugs that are literally only there, practically just laced with addictions, additives, some word there I wanted to say. Like, it's laced. It's like saying it's laced for you to get addicted in some type of way. Whether you got the pain or not, it's some of these things, if not all of them, they're laced for you to be addicted. And to see some of these commercials where some people have intentionally caused harm on themselves just to get more prescription opioids. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a grave danger. That's a grave problem. I think it's a national emergency on public health. And I'm telling you, these things can be fixed. But again, if most of the country claims to be Christian, explain to me why these statistics, but even especially with crime, why do they exist? You gotta look at yourself in a deep, deep mirror and ask yourself, what in God's name am I doing every single day? Is it honoring God or is it defaming God? Is it shaming Him and etc.? You get the point. Now, that's not to say I'm perfect. That's not to say that I don't at times dishonor God. I at times do. I can assure you, one, I take no pride in it. I take no joy in it. I literally am asking God before, during, and after, please forgive me. You know the fine line that I might be walking or I am walking in this situation. Because I literally put it in one of my songs. I don't know what song it was. I think it was Forgive Me or something like that. I put it in one of my old songs. One of my songs the last few months. God forgive. I think it was called "Think I'm Crazy." The song was called "Think I'm Crazy," and I literally put in the song because, like I said in the song, if you think I'm crazy, then you might be insane. If you think I'm crazy, then we all might be insane. Because I've been dealing with that with certain people, for about a good year or two. Like, if you think I'm crazy, you might be insane because I'm doing right, but yet you want to reach for whatever it is for whatever reason why. But what I put in the song was, God forgive me if I'm ever misrepresenting you in a wrong way. Like, because God knows I got a heart for Him, a love for Him, and a passion that you just can't measure. At least if you were to ask me. Use your own Jesus Christ Salvation sermon on that. I try to put Jesus in practically everything I can. Literally, practically everything I can. Name somebody else who's doing that. And not to say there's not plenty of people who do, because I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people all across the board that do. But at least in the way I'm doing it, I do believe it is very much one of a kind and unique. And I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, to know that the statistics are definitely saying that most of the country is Christian, but yet we have all of these negative, garbage statistics over and over and over again. Especially with crime and corruption within this institution, that institution, education, government, whatever it is, pharmaceuticals, so many things, insurance companies, so many I can name, to know that, again, they exist. A lot, I want to say a lot of red tape, or if that's not the right terminology. There's a lot of questions that need to be asked, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of questions that need to be asked. A lot of answers that you have to start demanding. You have to start demanding some of these answers. That's just my personal opinion. You got to start demanding some of these answers, and you got to start doing some of the research your own self and start asking yourself and your neighbors, what can we do to do better? Because I'm telling you, every single day that Jesus Christ salvation blesses you with a new day of life, it is that opportunity to do more, to do better, to get cleaner, to truly, salvage something. It's redemption. It's J-Rock redemption. Even though I didn't listen to the album, I just know he released that a couple months ago. I did hear that one song, I think titled "Win," where he's like, win, 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 win. But you get the point, ladies and gentlemen. You get the point that I'm trying to make here. What are you going to do to prove to God I'm worthy of this? I'm working for this. I'm worth this. And it's not to say that everybody believes in God, but I can assure you the fact being, whether you believe in God or not, whether you have a faith or religion or not, I can assure you that, you got to be questioning life someday, sometime, some way. And I would hate for it to have to be a near-death experience for you to be questioning it. Which is sadly what it is for too many people, is that they have to nearly die for them to understand anything about what's the next step in life. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to learn to reflect on your life. Meditate. I do it every day. God and Jesus is on my mind every day, practically every second of my day. What can I do to do better? What can I do to represent myself cleaner? What can I do to own this better? Because I don't want to be misconstrued, or misunderstood. I don't want anything I'm saying to be misconstrued and misunderstood. And I want to make sure that I'm representing myself and God and whatever else to the best of my God first, Jesus Christ salvation, willing and able abilities. The math ain't hard. The math is very easy, at least if you were to ask me. The math is easy. It just depends on where you're going to place it and what you're going to do with it once you place it there, and etc. I've been told before, be a pastor and etc. In many cases, I already am a pastor, Pastor Nate, even though I have no certificate to prove that, but still, I've earned the nickname, I've earned the title. I want the responsibilities that come with the title, and etc. To be more frank with it, I did take a test last week or 2 weeks ago. I think it's called 5 ministry test or something like that, where it's like you answer some questions and it gives you your diagnosis of or your I want to say prognosis, or I think this the word is diagnosis really. Whether you are a apostle, a preacher, a teacher, a prophet, uh, or evangelical. At least the way I answered all of the questions, and I'm gonna take this test more than once. But at least the way I answered the questions, I answered them to where I am a prophet. And for me, that means Nate the prophet, you know. And nobody has to buy into that. Listening to this, nobody got to buy into that. But you got this video, and you got all these videos up and down this channel. You got majority of them. You got my Twitter, my Snapchat, whatever. So if you want to fact check, background check, whatever, you got this. Use this stuff as your tool to, again, guide you with me, guide you with other people on YouTube, guide you with whatever you Jesus Christ salvation need for your Jesus Christ salvation and better tomorrow through Jesus Christ salvation in which He strengthens you. Yes, I just said His name 3 times within that one sentence because that's who I am. That's what I do. I'm proud of it. I'm blessed for it. I'm gifted for it. 100. So 11 minutes into this, ladies and gentlemen, one of the top things I definitely wanted to discuss within this was just the fact, man, that, when it comes to my document, it come up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying I did everything right, because I definitely did not do everything right within my document. It come up from, Smooth to SoundCloud to YouTube, but I can assure you that I was younger than I was, or younger than I am today. I was definitely dibbling, dabbling here and there. I was trying to see what worked here and there. I was eager, and I put out a lot of stuff just by being eager that had no quality, but I was just eager to drop something and etc. And that's why you hear a lot of the SoundCloud records you hear, because I was just eager to drop something regardless how much quality it actually had. And I was thinking to myself, maybe this might sound trash to me, but it might sound good to somebody else, which is why some of these YouTube records are on this channel that you might think sound trash, but to somebody else, it's like, oh no, that's dope, that went fire, that was bars, and etc. You got to learn how to decipher, and you got to realize what might be your taste buds is not somebody else's taste buds. Something else you got to, hopefully someday learn to realize, acknowledge, understand, learn, build, and grow with, etc. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm continuously learning, building, and growing with this YouTube channel and with much, much more. I'm learning, building, and growing with my music, learning, building, and growing with, video itself, being an analyst, and etc. I'm continuously learning, building, and growing. And like I say, this YouTube channel will start, expanding and exploring over time as, we get more things. I got a lot of beautiful young life friends. Again, I got some friends that are in college, some friends that are still in high school, some friends that are even in middle school right now. So I got plenty of young people around me. We're going to keep basking in this God's glory together, building our better tomorrow through Jesus Christ salvation, which will strengthen us. Keep supporting each other, representing community support to the best of our God for His willing and able abilities, as we are superstars through Christ, and we own this through Christ. I'm going to have to make some t-shirts or some jerseys or whatever that says superstars for Christ, because that's one of my initiatives. Other than being passionate for Christ, passionate about Jesus, one of my, initiatives right there. Like I said, I bought in, ladies and gentlemen, I bought in. Because as I said before in one of my July 19 testimonial videos, if we're meant to just stay in our sin, then there's no point in Jesus. There's no point, because one of the top reasons why we believe in Jesus is to help us get cleaner, get better, get out of our sin, and accomplish our destiny. So think about that. Literally think about that. It ain't that hard. It's very 2 plus 2. But again, use your discernment on me and everybody else. But what I just explained there is a very, cornerstone, grounded principle of who Jesus is and what Christianity is. And I'm just saying, I've noticed too many people, they want to be double standard. They like being double standard. They like being hypocritical. They like being closed-minded. But yet they still wonder why they go through some of the same struggles, if not worse struggles. Because you got to learn to be open-minded to something. Learn how to analyze something. Learn how to build, grow with something. You have to learn how to change with something, ladies and gentlemen. With something. So once again, take care, ladies and gentlemen. I love you. Take care. Your boy, the man, NJ2TheCity, out. Definitely got more to talk about, but we'll see as time goes on. God bless. Peace. Your boy, the man, NJ2TheCity, out.